Welcome to The Deciding Point, our Cracked Racquets weekly breakdown of the biggest storylines happening throughout the tennis world. On this week's show, I want to recap the 2020 Summer Olympics, the tennis coming to a close, first-time medalists across the board in singles. I want to talk about the action that unfolded in doubles as well. Of course, we did have some ATP Tour action this week. John Isner, Casper Ruud extending their dominance respectively. Want to talk about both of their success this past week. And then, of course, we've got the City Open on our hands, the ATP 500 back in Washington, D.C. Rafael Nadal making his debut at the event. Want to preview the field and so much more. All of that on today's show. With that in mind, Westhoff, roll those credits. Let's get to the action. Well, folks, we know upsets define the WTA Tour over the past few seasons, so perhaps it shocks no one that the two names that ended up competing for the gold medal at the 2020 Summer Olympics in women's singles were number 9 seed Belinda Bencic and unseeded 2019 French Open finalist Marketa Vondrousova. Now, in the end, it's Bencic earning her 4th consecutive 3-set win of the event. It dates back to the round of 16. She beat 2021 French Open champion Krejcikova in a 3-set match there. Then quarterfinals, she beats 2021 French Open finalist Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova. She then knocks out Rybakina in a 3-set match before ultimately earning a 7-5, 2-6, 6-3 win over Vondrousova to earn the gold medal. It is impossible to feel anything but joy for Belinda Bencic following this result, particularly if you have tracked her career. Belinda Bencic, much like men's singles gold medalist Alex Zverev, was your 2013 World Junior Champion. She ended the year as the world number 1. She was 16 years old at the time. It felt like the ceiling was, through the roof for Belinda Bencic, and then she comes out firing on the WTA Tour, quickly ascends into the top 50, and is on everyone's shortlist as one of the defining talents of her generation. Of course, the injury bug bites her, and for multiple years it's different nagging things, different surgeries, just different pains keeping her from finding her rhythm on tour. Of course, in 2019, it felt like she had finally done that. Big run through the Middle East, big run in Indian Wells. She makes the semifinals of the U.S. Open as well, solidifies herself back in the top 10 of the WTA rankings. You look over the last 52 weeks, though, Belinda Bencic 17-15 overall since the tour resumed in August. Outside of a final she made in Berlin in the grass court season this year, she had really struggled to find her rhythm. But if you watched her play at this Olympic event, you saw that rhythm return. What Belinda Bencic jumps out immediately when you watch her play. One of the 5 best ball strikers you're going to find in the women's game. Her ability to take that ball early, on the rise, down the line, cross court, so special. In this match against Vondrousova in particular, her ability to make the adjustment of, hey, it's really hard to hit a winner on these Tokyo courts. What I need to do to keep Marketa pushed back, to create space for myself, is move forward, and rather than letting the ball drop, take it as a swinging volley, because Bencic wasn't comfortable taking overheads, but she was comfortable taking that ball out of the air, taking a little bit of time away from Vondrousova, allowing her to be a little bit more unpredictable. Now, this match in the final was fantastic. Such a fun contrast of styles, such a physical match, and you could see Vondrousova felt like after that second set lopsided result, maybe she had worn down Bencic, but Bencic just kept fighting and fighting and fighting, and her ability in particular to take her backhand down the line almost off of a short hop whenever she'd be exchanging the Vondrousova lefty forehand to her own righty backhand was super special. And you would love a little bit more from Belinda Bencic on the serve, because she's not the most natural mover, but when she's striking the ball well and confidently, her ability to take returns early on the rise and be aggressive with that return, take control of the point, she was on fire. And again, Vondrousova threw the entire entire kitchen sink at her. Short angle cross court, drop shot after drop shot after drop shot, taking the ball early down the line. She was super unpredictable. And again, how many 21, 22-year-olds out there already have the resume of Olympic silver medal in singles plus Grand Slam final? Very, very few. So yes, she's ranked outside the top 40 right now. This was also very reaffirming for what Vondrousova is capable of in the future. But man, the story from this tournament has to be Belinda Bencic, who of course captured a silver medal in doubles as well with fellow countrywoman Victoria Golubic, and just she's confident now, and she's got 1,000,000 points to defend. That's a little bit hyperbole, but it honestly might be that many this fall and, throughout this summer hardcourt season. And so if she wants to keep her top 10 ranking, given the fact she was 17-15 over these last 52 weeks, she's going to need some big results. Again, to beat Krejcikova, Pavlyuchenkova, Rybakina, and Vondrousova all in 3 sets, yes, that means the ball's rolled your way this week, but considering they hadn't been the prior 52 weeks, it feels like this was a long time coming. You could see the joy in her face when she won the match. You could just, again, the confidence this builds, the relief, just how she's feeling moving forward now. And you can tell this reaffirms her place. She belongs in the conversation. When she plays her best tennis, it really is, I don't want to say quite as good as anyone else, but it's very much in the mix, with anyone else. Belinda Bencic was spectacular. Marketa Vondrousova was awesome. I mean, to beat Osaka, Badosa, I know the Badosa match was a retirement, but Svitolina, and then be right there with Belinda Bencic when Bencic was playing at this level. I mean, yes, slow hard courts for a former French Open champion, perfect conditions for Marketa Vondrousova, but she made the most of those conditions. And, again, her slice serve out wide, it's a weapon. And then she'll throw in the flat into your body, and she can do so many different things. It's Kenin-esque in how unpredictable it is. Another one of those outliers right now in the women's game. Super, super impressed with her. And then what a bounce back from Svitolina after disappointing semifinal results. She beats Rybakina in a tight 3-set match. Another player with a bunch of points to defend this upcoming summer. Certainly she gets the confidence-building results she needs. And then we all know Elena Rybakina, that power tennis. We saw the French Open. We saw Wimbledon. She's playing her best, entering her best portion of the schedule. All dangerous names are Olympic. Vondrousova is probably the one you'd least expect, but I mean, definitely a data point for us entering the summer, and it was a really, really fun home stretch of this 2020 Summer Olympics in women's singles. Again, it's Bencic with the gold, Vondrousova with the silver, Svitolina with the bronze. Super fun results in women's singles.